Woo-wee, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So, I was at Walmart today, and I saw the Caprella, this by Smith's. It's a pull through, and I use a pull through all the time. You can see this old Smith's one, which I picked up at a Dick's. This thing is getting trash. This is an old one. I mean, my ceramic is starting to get a little chunks taken out, and it still works. I mean, it still does the job if you need to, but I wanted something better, so I picked up a new Smith's. And this one, and it's got a steel frame, which I liked. It's new, it's cool. And I started testing it, and I used it on certain pieces, and I took the machete and I made a couple grinds, and I found out something cool. I'll show you. I'll do 5 because I only did 2 of them before. Now this is a pull through, so I'm holding it and I'm pulling through. Can you use this that way? Yeah, but you're gonna get it. It's just better to pull through. I don't know why, but it really does. It makes a difference. So like on the other one, you have a coarse and a fine side. So I don't know if the fine side is like a black ceramic or if it's some kind of stone, but it's definitely different than the other one. And so now what I want to show you is, you can see how cruddy this thing is, right? Because I've been using it. Look at this. See that shiny part? That's new knife. That's new steel. That's new honed steel. Just from a push through. Now a push through isn't your savior when you have an extremely dull knife. What a push through is great for if you're making a knife and you need to put an edge on it. It's not what you're using that for. A pull through is made for rehoning. It's made to, let's say you just got done sharpening the knife on a belt grinder, and this is what I use it a lot for. Besides rehoning or just touch up, like after usage, what I'll do is I'll go on my belt grinder. This is how I do it. And afterwards, I'll feel it, and you might feel a couple little burrs. That coarse side takes those burrs right off. Then the fine side smooths it out. And it's a really nice way to get yourself a really good edge before you take it to your leather strop that I have hanging up there. But it just, you can't lie about new steel. You can see that shiny piece right there. That's all brand new. It was all cruddy-duddy brown like that, and it didn't just clean it off. It gave it a new edge. And it's definitely sharper than it was before I got it. Now it says that you can use it on serrated knives. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the old one, and I want to test it. I want to see if these things, it's weird. I think you might have to go at an angle to use it on a serrated knife. And you guys all know these knives. Use it like Indian Echo Caverns. These are the ones you go and you find your name on them, and you go, oh, look, that's a little keepsake. It's just a cool thing to say, oh yeah, this is where I've been. I pick up a lot of these damn things. As far as serrations, yeah, it says it can be done, but I would skip serrated knives when you're talking about a pull through. It's just not good. It's just not good. Don't always believe what the box tells you. But I do have a couple other things, and I have a couple pieces that are going to be like familiar, regular users for people. And they want to know, hey, man, what about my knife? Can I sharpen my knife? So now I have my Buck 110, and this one's special because this one's A, really old, like really cruddy-duddy old. But B, somebody told me, they said, hey, you can't take a clip knife Buck 110 and turn it into a drop point. I said, dare me. So I made a really, really sweet drop from a Buck 110, and it works out really well. But the Buck 110 is one of these very, very common knives. And let's see, it's used in a lot of pockets. A lot of people own these. So what's going to happen is they're going to say, well, I want to be able to sharpen my Buck 110 and keep that thing alive forever. How is this thing going to work on a common pocket knife, especially like a 420 HC, things like that? That's going to be common with these. This one, I think it's older, so it's a little different. Ooh, look at that. Look at that fine new edge. You can see where the old bezel is. Bevel because it's bigger, but look at this. It's putting just a nice edge right on there. And that's the good thing is you're not using this like, oh, I just made a new knife and I got to put an edge on it. No, what you're doing is you're taking a knife that you already own, that you might have been using, and it's starting to feel a little less sharp, and you're putting a new edge on it. That's what these pull-throughs are made for. and they do the job really well. When I'm done, like, belt grinding, that's what I use. That's why I use it. Let's get into, I might have already said that. Did I just repeat myself? If so, that's totally me. Let's use the Cold Steel Voyager, right? This thing is kind of old and credit-duddy too. This thing has been beaten around a block a few times. Let's see if we can't put a new, because I wanted to use different steel. So you hear that? That means this one was really rough. I wanted to use different steels so you get an idea of, what you can use, harder to softer steels, and be able to bite in and give yourself a new edge. Let's see. Ooh, wow, yeah. That one went right into it. This one had a thinner bevel to begin with, so that's actually pretty nice. But you can see it creates a brand new edge, harder steels and softer steels alike, and it's cool to be able to say, yeah, those are working. That's fine. But what about, like, if you have a big fat Bowie style knife? So I figured the D-Bad OEF Defender is a pretty big, thick knife. Can it work? Let's find out. I don't know even if it'll fit in here, but we're about to see. Ooh, yeah. So even on a big, thick knife, this one's 52-100 steel, high carbon. I just did it the wrong way. There we go. Oh yeah. And this one I like to use outside because it's just an amazing knife. Let's see. It fits. It fits, and it fits with room. There's still room to spare in there. It looks pretty tight, but it fits. It fits with room to go. Let's see. Did it give me any new edge? You can actually just catch it. Oh, maybe you can't with my finger there, but you can see, there it is. You see that line? That line that separates the old to the new. That's nice, man. This is awesome. So a pull through. This is gonna be a crappy little video. It's short, but it's just to show you that these things actually work. And I even brought out a couple Tontos. I brought out a cheap like United Cutlery Damascus Tonto. You hear that grind? That slow grind? That means this thing needed help. This thing needed help. This edge was not very good. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it better. And it didn't even have a real edge on it. So let's see. Let's see. Now go straight. When you do this, just go straight. That way you keep it even on both sides. Let's see. Shit, I wish I had something to like measure the sharpness before and after of just the edge, but it's pretty sharp edge. Okay, so look at that. There you go. There you go. And you can see, because it's Damascus, you can see where it's getting into the folds right there. All right? So that means it's true Damascus. But I can feel the edge. So this is where you would go from here to the strop and put a nice hone on it. And but that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. It's taking off steel on so far multiple steels, from good to cheap. And now we're going to go to a Tonto that's, of a different steel. This is, I think, T10. And let's try this. So let's see how that, we'll do a little before and after. You can see that there's not a big shiny spot there. Let's see. Let's see. I am on the course. Okay. It was so smooth. This knife, this Tonto came pretty well. So let's see what we can do with it, though. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, smooth. Smooth. This one came with a pretty nice edge out of the box, and now you can see that shiny spot right there at the top. That means it just made it a little bit finer. Wow. a lot of bit finer. That's actually really freaking sharp. That's not bad. Well, there's some packaging paper over here. Just not even on film. That's always good. That's always good, D-Bad. Been doing this for how long now? You can't get it on film. Oh, look how smooth this is. Just nice. I mean, that's smooth, baby. So yeah. So I mean, different steels, and they all work really good as far as being able to see material coming off and see that it's doing its job. The Smith's Caprella Pull Through is a good little thing to have, especially if you're camping and you know what I mean, you're not bringing your work sharp with you, which I don't even like. But if you're in a pinch on one of these guys, this actually works really, really well. It's going to give you a better edge than what you have if you don't have the right edge. And it's going to keep you cutting in an emergency situation. I keep these because I love to have them. I keep one downstairs in the shop. I keep one upstairs in case I need it. And around this one was in the kitchen. And this is just going to be a new one because this one's getting pretty busted. So what I will do is throw this in a bag, because I have a couple bags if I'm going camping, depending on what kind of camp I'm doing. I have bags that are already set up. So this one's going to go in one of those just as an extra sharpening piece. This one's going to replace this one right back there. And one thing I have to say, like, you really feel the weight difference. It feels like a, you know, just like a better piece. This is cheap feeling, but it works. This just feels good and it works. So that's it for that. There's your 12-minute video. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.